Hello, my YouTube beauties. I hope you all are having a fabulous Sunday. This weekend went by quick, and I didn't even do much. But I wanted to talk about two things, so I'm gonna do two in one because it was on my mind. The first topic I wanted to talk about is being honest with cheating, and it came to my attention because a girl on Instagram, she actually popped up on my feed twice. So I was like, I should talk about it because it's actually a topic that most women are not honest about. We're very aware of it, but we don't talk about it as much. So for me personally, oh, and I wanted to talk about mothers versus fathers. That's a third thing too. That's another topic people don't want to talk about. So I'm going to talk about it today. So basically, this particular female, and I love what she said because I've been saying it to people for years. This is the first time I'm talking about it on my YouTube channel, but it needs to be said. Cheating is not the worst part of infidelity or whatever. It's the fact that you sit there and tell a girl you're the only one and she's not the only one. You know, honesty is the best policy, and when a man tells me, hey, I can't be with one woman, cool, we cool, fine. So I don't have any expectations. I don't have anything to worry about because you was a man and you told me, hey, I'm dealing with somebody. Hey, I don't, do the one woman. That's a westernized belief, and I'm not with it. Cool, fine, we cool. But then when you on some, I can't talk to nobody else, we supposed to be an item, but then I look on your Instagram and you posted with the next bitch, I have a problem with that because I'm a type of person, if you like it, I love it. So if you want to be with somebody else, congratulations. Like, I always say that, like, congratulations. Like, I'm not a hater. So, and it shows true narcissism because a lot of these men, they don't want to be in relationships. They just want free access to vagina, and they just want it all for themselves. I know a guy, he told me how he was dealing with a girl and he did a lot for her, like treated her like a queen, gave her an allowance, all of this stuff. And he was upset that she was seeing other people. I'm like, was she your girlfriend? No. So what's the problem? Like, y'all wasn't together, she wasn't your girl, but he had an issue with her being with other men. I have no idea why. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's cool. To me, it's selfish. Mind you, he had somebody that he was living with. So I'm like, hold up. You was living with someone and you had this girl that you keep saying is a hoe, and you was tricking on her, like you was spoiling her, treating her like a queen. Oh, so you're mad because you was treating her like a queen and she was with other dudes. And then he knew that she had another guy spoiling her. So for him, it was like a competition. I'm like, why would you do for her and she got somebody to do for her? Like, so that, like, at that point, it's a competition, right? So, he's like, he was upset because she didn't let him know that she was talking to other guys. Like, he said they'd be in a hotel room and they wouldn't be having sex, they wouldn't be doing anything, she'd be messaging the next dude. And he did this over and over. So I'm like, so that's your fault, you the sucker. Like, what guy is gonna allow that? Like, you talking to the next dude and I'm laying right there with you. Like, no, that's crazy, And she never had to pay for anything. He spoiled her rotten, treated her like a queen. And I'm like, wow, okay. But yeah, so it's not the act of cheating that some of us women actually are upset about. It's the fact that I done cut everybody off. I done let everybody know that I'm in a relationship, I'm with somebody, and you doing you. That's the part. And I always said that to my friends. I was like, For me, it's not the cheating, it's the lying, and it's the trying to portray yourself as a certain type of man that you're not, right? I'd rather a man just be honest and say, hey, da 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 da. Cool. But then when I'm talking to someone or if I'm entertaining someone else, then you want to get mad. That doesn't make sense, you know. And that's what's wrong with society is honesty. If you now you do have some women, they don't care if it's kissing, touching, groping, whatever, anything outside of a relationship is wrong. But I think for the rest of us women, it's not that we upset with the cheating, it's the lying about it, right? So it's important to be honest. It's very important. Also, I wanted to talk about an example of that is Safaree and Mena. Now, that situation was horrible because he didn't just cheat on her, he kept cheating on her. And he would tell people, because the text messages was all over the internet, he was telling hoes, oh, I'm only married to Erica for the show, because the chicks was asking like, oh, aren't you getting married to Erica? And he's like, oh, nah, that's just for the show. Like, he would deny her to chicks. So that's where the betrayal comes in, because it's like, you're denying me. You're saying that, oh, da da da. Then he said, he went as far as to say he didn't want to be with her. So I don't blame Erica for filing for divorce. I don't blame her at all, because you made a spectacle out of me. You embarrassed me. You made it seem like I'm just this annoying person in your life. Like I'm a bug that needs to be sprayed. You know, it's like, no, that's not right. It's not even the cheating. It's the embarrassment behind it. That you got text messages and telling a hoe that I don't mean nothing. That I'm, so the Erica Mena and Safaree thing, I feel so bad for Erica, because like she said on the reunion, you made me a single mother again. You know how hard it is for somebody with one kid living their life? Because Erica, in the old Love and Hip Hop, she was living her best life. She was ratchet and screaming and yelling, but you could tell she was happy. You could tell she was living her best life. She was dating Bow Wow, got engaged, was with Sin, even Rich Dollars. Even though she cried and stuff over him, she was genuinely living her best life. Like she was looking good. Her skin was good. I mean, she just looked, you could just tell the energy. She had good positive energy in her. She got with Safaree, she looked like somebody's grandmother. And I'm not even throwing shade, but it just shows you how stressful of a situation it was for her. Because I have a son, right? And I think that's why I feel so bad for her. Because I've been a single mom for 14 years. I've had my relationships in between, but I never took it too serious, because I'm not about to have somebody else's baby and you gonna have me out here looking stupid. Like, that's embarrassing. To get married, a dude play you, then when you get pregnant for him, he not even happy. Like, that's another thing. Safaree wasn't even happy with the pregnancies, and that was her husband. And then he wasn't helping out. Yeah, and so then he wasn't helping out, and she just went through a lot with him. And it's like, you could have been honest as a man to be like, yo, I'm feeling you, you're a beautiful girl, but I don't think I could do the stepdaddy thing. I don't think I could do the family thing. And I had a guy tell me that, and I had to respect it. Like, hey, cool, boom. I could respect it, I could move on with my life and be happy. Don't sit there and say, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna whatever, and then don't do it. That's horrible. That's wicked. That's like, who does that? But yeah, it's not, I'm very big on the old saying, it's not what you do, is how you do it. And I think I speak for all women when I say, yeah, you're gonna make your mistakes, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Safaree wasn't even remorseful. Safaree didn't even fight to say, let's work this out. She filed for divorce, and he's like, okay. It's like, wow, you're not even fighting to say, I'm gonna change. I'm sorry, Erica. And it's just, I feel so bad for her. No one deserves that. I don't care what she did to Sin. I don't care what she did to Rich. I don't care how ratchet she acted on Love and Hip Hop. No single mother deserves that. She did not deserve that. I don't care what her past sins were. She did not deserve that. And I pray her strength in the Lord that now she has 3 kids to raise. And that's just a lesson to me to just be careful. And it's okay to have my one boy, and I'm living my best life. Don't let society make you feel like you have to get married and have more kids. If he's not worthy of you, don't do it. And continue to protect yourself. You know, nothing wrong with condoms and birth control. You know, Trojan, that's another thing I wanted to promote. Trojan, when you wear it, it feels like nothing's there. It's a really good condom, ladies. And birth control, you have to sit down. I'm going to encourage, sit down with your GYN. There's a whole menu of birth control. I'm not going to even lie. There are 95 different types of birth control. I'm going to repeat that again. 95 different types of birth control. So please sit down with your GYN. Try to find out which one is the right one for you. And don't let society pressure you into having more children. Because when these men are not going to help you, and you know you don't have family like that to help you. Like for me, I have a very big family. I have a lot of cousins. We are in our own worlds. We have our own families. So I know when I have my next kid, that man has to step up. Period. My parents are not going to do it. My family isn't going to do it. I got to do it. He got to do it. So I have to be very smart. They're like, oh, you got one kid. He 14. That's it for you? Listen, I'm being careful out here because look at Erica and Safaree. Look at most of the people that we know with multiple kids. It's not easy. People paying strangers and going on Facebook looking for babysitters is not a game. It's serious. You know, Safaree, he said, oh, I didn't know having kids would be this hard. Nigga, watch TV. Like what? And Erica was like, yo, every day is not a music video. This is real life. This is kids. This is family. What's wrong with you? And you could tell, like with Safaree, he's very, very, very immature with life. Like very, extremely immature. Erica's immature, but at least when it comes to the kids, she know, okay, now I gotta be an adult now. Put on my adult drawers. You know, so that's what I wanted to say. Honesty is the best policy and all that jazz. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was mothers versus fathers. So I saw a post that was very interesting, and I was telling my friend this, a few people. So like my mom, she's not a traditional mom. I love her from a distance, and I do not fault her. But I wanted to touch bases on that because people do not have empathy for their mothers. They look at women and mothers, oh, you a mother, no. All you have to do is stay black and die. Okay? My mother could have aborted me. My mother could have gave me up. She didn't do that. She did the best that she could. And so I'm not gonna blame her or fault her for things, right? So a father, let's say if he's a deadbeat, but he does the bare minimum, he's worshipped as the best dad in the world. But if a mother, if she slacks off, she's considered the worst mother in the world. Like, a guy could go out drinking every weekend, oh, that's okay. But I remember a few times, like, my son be in Jersey with his father's family. Not even his father, but his father's family. And I remember going out with my friends, And I had like one or two haters to be like, why are you going out so much? You're a mother. So I'm supposed to stay in the house while my son is in Jersey with his family, father side, right? I'm supposed to stay in the house and look at the four walls because I'm a mother? Make that make sense. But that's what society does. Like, you're a mother, so you're not supposed to do anything. You're not supposed to go out. Life is over for you. Who made that rule up? Right? I cook, I clean, I go to school, I work. I've always worked. So if I want some time to myself, hey, I'm going to do that. You know, I go to PTAs, I do it all. My son is an amazing kid. And for every honor roll breakfast, for every soccer game, every basketball game, every talent show, every Christmas show, every step competition, I'm there. I'm that mom. I'm there for everything. And my father taught me that. My father taught me balance. He is an amazing guy. And he has his flaws, but my father taught me balance. My father taught me, like, yeah, because my father had 2 jobs. He had friends, a social life, and me. But guess what? He never skipped a beat. We walk in the streets, or he takes me to a function with his friends, and everybody loves and praises him. He's there for his friends. He's there for me. He's there for my son. And when he was a 911 operator before he retired, awards. The mayor, no, Commissioner Kelly shook his hand and gave him an award. Took a picture, lovely picture. I wish I had pictures at his house, but you know, yeah, my father went over and beyond at his job. He went over and beyond as a musician. People loved the way he played music. He's the maestro. That's his nickname, the Don. That's him, Don Ovels. That's my daddy. But everything he does is just to the best of his ability. And he taught me that. He's like, whatever you do, he's like, I don't care if you washing floors. You better be the baddest floor washer ever. And they could make sure that they gonna remember you. You know, and that's how I am. That's my work ethic. I don't care what job I have. I don't care how big or small. I'm going to do that to the best of my ability so people could be like, yeah, she was that chick. And he taught me to be like that. So that's why I am the way I am. You know. So, yeah. Fathers and mothers get, you know, if a mother, you know, makes a mistake, it's like she's the worst mother. If a father does bare minimum, he's a Mayor Bloomberg. I'll never forget this. It was a guy that was working and going to school, and the mayor gave him an award. You were supposed to work and go to school and take care of your kids, but he got an award from the mayor. Where's my award? Where's everybody? You know, they get praised for the bare minimum, and that's the double standard, and that's not right. And for those of you who may have moms that maybe she made mistakes, get over it and understand she's human. Because if your father, whatever, you wouldn't hold him to the same caliber, right? So that's what I wanted to say about that. Like, they're both human, both mothers and fathers, and they just do the best they can. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Selena. And be careful who your friends are. Now, they have a series on Netflix I haven't watched yet because the movie, I don't really like the movie, but I like the storyline. And I wanted to briefly talk about that. So Selena was a Latin artist that was Mexican. She had a fan who then became her fan president. I don't know why that would ever happen, but this is what was allowed. The family noticed that this person was stealing money, and Selena confronted her. She confronted her by herself. The husband offered to be with her, and she's like, no, I got it, da da da. But just in general, when anybody gets fired, nobody ever gets fired one-on-one. I mean, granted, some jobs, yes, But it's never safe to do that because you don't know what's in the minds of people. They might try to fight you, whatever, whatever. Like, you know, it's just not safe because especially today's day and age, even in the 90s, you know, people are crazy, you know. So it's unfortunate she met her in a hotel room and she confronted her, and her family was telling her, that's the thing I wanted to say, is like, if your family is telling you something, you gotta listen. You can't say, oh, you know, well, da 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 da. No, you gotta listen. And then never confront someone by yourself. And be careful of jealous friends, because obviously this person pretended to be her friend so she could kill her. Remember, the devil comes to kill, steal, and to destroy. So she befriended Selena. She made it seem like she cared so much for Selena and this and that. But in reality, she just wanted to take her life. In reality, she just wanted to steal her shine. And it's a shame because, you know, she claimed to be her friend. She's like, I love Selena. And in the movie, you see it. She's like, no, 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 in the car or whatever. Had that been a sister, they would have shot her. But, you know, whatever. She in the car, and she's like, no, I don't deserve to live. Da, 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 da. And then I've seen, like, interviews with her. She don't seem like she's all that remorseful. She just, you know, I think she's about to get out of jail. I think so. I think so. Either she's getting out of jail or got out of jail. But I know it's like pretty soon. But it's scary to me because what if she could do it again? She could pretend to be this nice person and she's not. And that's what's scary because it was her friend that killed her, literally. And they said that the last thing Selena did was she took off her ring to let her know we're not friends no more, because she gave her a ring, like a friendship ring. And Selena took it off, and when she was in the ambulance truck, Selena had it in her hand, griply tight. And it's just so sad how she passed away. She really was an angel. She really was sent from heaven, just like Aaliyah. And Selena's death always bothered me because that could happen to anybody. And Selena was very, very nice. And like everybody says that, like she was super, super nice, and she just loved people. And that's how I am. But now that I'm older, I'm a little guarded. I'm a little smarter because people just hate you for no reason. It's just sad. And you could be nice to someone and they'll treat you like garbage, or they'll just not like you for no reason, and that's okay. But then you have to remove yourself, you know. Just like with Shanquella Robinson, everybody said she was super, super nice, and look what happened to her. She paid for 7 people to go to Mexico. It's just sad. But yes, you gotta be careful. You gotta listen to signs, red flags, all of that, and never confront somebody by yourself. Try to have backup. It doesn't make you a punk or overthinking. It's better to overthink than to underthink. You know, if somebody, oh, you're thinking about it too much. No, I'm okay. Oh, you overthinking it. No. I was just talking to my friend yesterday, and I was like, I don't care. My son is not going to no hotel parties. I don't let my son go to King's Plaza. I don't care. Like, I let him go places, but you're not going to go to King's Plaza. I'm just not going to allow it. You know, King's Plaza is no good. King's Plaza is just, something's always going on, you know. And then hotel parties. What happened to Kanika Jenkins, Kalisha, you know, Kalisha, they lied and said it was a party and it wasn't, you know, and that was unfortunate. But yeah, you know, gotta be careful. And those are my thoughts.